What's up, everyone? This is your boy Mo, coming to you live from my room in Baltimore, Maryland. So tonight should be a good night. Also, tomorrow should be a good night. So tonight we have NXT Takeover WarGames. Now this is the first time WWE has did WarGames, but it has been, I believe, maybe 20 years, 21 years, something like that, since WarGames has actually been around. Because WCW had did it first, and now WWE is about to do it. So I'm excited for that. And also, tomorrow we will be watch. Tomorrow we will be watching Survivor Series. Survivor Series is one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year, right next to WrestleMania. It's one of the most important um, four most important pay-per-views of the year. You have SummerSlam, you have WrestleMania, you have Royal Rumble, and the last one of the year, just Survivor Series. So it should be good. So the reason I'm doing this video is because I said for months now that I was actually going to do a video. Never did one. Going to do one now. And possibly going to try to do more. I just have to remind myself to do it. And plus, if you guys like it, I can do more videos. So, without further ado, I'm going to tell you my predictions of WarGames. Now, I'm also going to do a separate video for Survivor Series because they are separate pay-per-views. So, what I'm going to do is, possibly tonight or tomorrow, I will do a prediction video for Survivor Series. If I have the opportunity tonight, I will do a, afterthought prediction. I'm sorry, afterthought video for the WarGames. If not tonight, possibly tomorrow. I got lots of time. But without further ado, let's get into it. So the first match that I want to talk about is Pete Dunne versus Johnny Gargano. Now this match is very interesting. It's a battle of the Cruiserweight versus the Cruiserweight that should be on 205 Live, but that's another story. I think this would be a good matchup. The only thing is, I feel as though that Johnny Gargano would not fit the role of being the UK champion, knowing that it's called the UK Championship. And Johnny Gargano is from Cleveland, Ohio. To some people, it doesn't matter, but to me, it actually does matter. Like, when you have, people like Rusev or Kevin Owens who are from, Russia or Canada, respectively, and they win the United States Championship. You're just like, what the fudge? Like, why? But, anywho, I feel as though that Johnny just wouldn't fit the role. I feel like he would do better in the Cruiserweight division and possibly be Cruiserweight champion. But as far as being the UK champion, it just doesn't, it doesn't add up to me. It doesn't feel right to me. Whereas Pete Dunne had brought that championship to another level. Tyler Bate was good. Nothing to take away from Tyler Bate. I thought Tyler Bate was an amazing champion. But Pete Dunne brings a certain type of swag to the UK division, UK Cruiserweight division, whatever. He brings a certain type of swag. So that's why I personally say Dunne over Gargano. Next up, Cassius Ohno versus Lars Sullivan. I don't really care for this match too much. I just see it as battle of the big men. Lars Sullivan, to me, is pretty much the equivalent of Braun Strowman. Just basically picking apart jobbers and just having his way with it and just going on rampages and stuff. That's how I see it. The only thing is, Braun Strowman is a couple of inches taller, probably a couple of feet taller, but they both are like very ridiculously strong. And I don't know. I don't have anything against Lars Sullivan. It's just I really feel like they're trying to make him to be like you know Braun Strowman, but whatever. Cassius, oh no, I like Cassius. Um, Ever since he came back to NXT, he's been doing pretty well. I do think he deserves a title opportunity, but that's later on down the line. His feud with Hideo Itami was actually pretty decent. They put on some pretty good matches this year, so that was good. I say Cassius just for the heck of it because I know for a fact that Lars is gonna have to lose one day, so why not tonight? And then plus, like, Cassius is a knockout artist. Like, that rolling elbow does some pretty justice. So it does some damage. Um, I do see the match going at least 10 minutes. I think we'll be lucky if we saw more than that. If we saw more than that, but I'd say between like 5 to 10 minutes at least. So, Ono over Sullivan. Um, Aleister Black versus Velveteen Dream. Uh, I'm very intrigued and very interested to see this match. They are polar opposites of each other. Um, Aleister Black is very mysterious, very quiet. You don't know what he's thinking. He's kinda unpredictable. I don't think I've ever seen a superstar like him that's just so calm but also devastated. He doesn't really need to talk. His wrestling does all the talking for him. And then you have Velveteen Dream, who is the reincarnation of Prince. R.I.P. Prince. Um, I like Velveteen Dream. I think he also brings something different. He has that X factor, that you want to see in a superstar. Like, he has a great height, he has a great body. Um, he's great in the ring. His mic skills are pretty decent. This match should be very interesting. Um, I think what could happen is because I feel like within the last couple of episodes that we have been watching for NXT, um, Dream tries to get in, Black's head by basically, trying to play like mind games. Doesn't really work for a person like Aleister Black who just goes with the flow, just do whatever. So that's what kind of makes me like, okay, I can't wait. But I don't know. I know it's going to be a great match. Um, and only just like an RKO, it only takes one Black Mass kick. So this match should be very entertaining, but very physical, to say the least. Um, okay, the fatal four-way for to determine the new NXT Women's Champion. First of all, before I say anything, thank you, Asuka. Asuka has been great. She pretty much, not saying that women before her haven't put the women's division on the map, but she has done great things for the division. So thank you, Asuka. Now to the women. So we have Amber Moon, Kari Sane, Peyton Royce, and Nikki Cross. Um, I think this would be a good match. You have four different personalities, four different elements. It can go either way. Personally, I want Amber to win. Just for the simple fact of she has, come so far. And every time that she has, went up against Asuka, Asuka was just one step ahead. Not saying that Amber wasn't good. She like Amber was good. Her matches with Asuka were pretty good. It was just Asuka was just one step ahead. Um, Kari Sane, she impressed me in the Mae Young Classic, and of course by Asuka relinquishing her title, knowing that they would have to do some type of way. I'm not surprised that she automatically got into the match, but I wish that just like everybody else, she had competed her way. Because I feel like, okay, yeah, you won the Mae Young Classic, but I felt like she should have competed her way. If she would have competed her way, I probably would have been fine with it. But since she didn't, and she just automatically, got in it because of her win over Shayna Baszler, I'm just like, I don't know. But Kari is awesome. Like I said, she was great in Mae Young Classic, and her debut match, I forgot who she was against, but she did pretty good. My only thing was I wish I saw more of her. That's my only thing. If I saw more of Kari, I think I would, like her a little bit more than I do. Not saying I don't, but it's kind of hard for me to judge her. Whereas I've seen Peyton, I've seen Nikki, I've seen Amber, and I know where I placed them. Kari, I don't know where to place her right now. But give her maybe a few more years, maybe a year, not even a few, maybe a year or so. She'll be dope. Not saying she's not dope now, but she'll be one of my favorite women in NXT. Peyton Royce. Uh, I'm actually happy that she has an opportunity because the last time she had an opportunity, it was a fatal four way with her partner, Billy, Peyton, and not Peyton. Talking about Peyton, the Nikki and Asuka. Um, I like Peyton. I'm, you know, willing to see what she's gonna bring to the table. I think she will bring to the table. The thing is, the X factor is Billy Kay because Billy Kay is going to be at ringside, observing everything and possibly get involved. So that can be that can be the X factor. And then plus, it can also tell a story. Like if Billy Kay gets involved, then that kind of says something about Peyton as an individual, and then vice versa. Because if they get involved in each other matches, it's like, well, Peyton can't win the big one by herself, or Billy can't win the big one by herself, something like that. And then plus, if Peyton wins, what does that say about the iconic duo? Will Billy, you know, stay with her, or will it be one of those jealousy type things? It's like, oh, you got the title, well, alright, I want that title shot. Yeah, we buddies, but that title was prestigious. It's been held by great women before us, so let me get that title shot. So it's interested to see. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen with that. And then finally, you have Nikki Cross, who is the unstable one of the four, but I like her. I remember reading a comment on a blog saying that they didn't really want to see her because she had her opportunity. All of them, except for Kari, had their opportunity against Asuka. Now, since Asuka's out of the way, you know, anything goes. With Nikki, she put on some pretty classic matches with Asuka. The last woman standing match with Asuka was dope. Like, oh my god. I had to play it again. I had to watch it again because it was that dope. Like, they literally put their bodies on the line and just, was just, they killed it. Um, I think Nikki will do well. Do I see her winning? No. But To be honest with you, I would be fine with any of them winning because we don't have a champion. So any of them winning would do the women's division pretty good. And then a lot of the other women would step up. So I'm excited for that match. Let's see. What else? Drew McIntyre versus Andrade Cien Almas. Uh, I like this match. Um, as far as X Factors, Zelina Vega. She's a whole X Factor within herself. But I'll talk about her after I talk about Drew and Almas. With Drew, I'm glad that Drew is back in WWE. Um, when he first came to WWE, I wasn't really invested in him. I wasn't invested into his character. You know, the chosen one. I didn't really care about that. I was, impressed with his ring work. By him being a big man, he can move pretty well. So, with that being said, he's impressed me ever since he came back to WWE, and I'm very glad that he is NXT champion. Like, it's kind of like he has a chip on his shoulder and he has something to prove to himself. You know, like he humbled himself pretty well, and I'm glad that he's back. Andrade, uh, just like Drew, I wasn't really invested in him at first. Great worker, great wrestler, but just wasn't drawn into him. He didn't really give me anything that would be like, oh, okay, he got something. But it wasn't until Zelina came and, well, actually before she came and, he early heel stages where I'm like, okay, something, tapped into him. Because I would hate to be that wrestler that just keep losing after loss after loss after loss after loss. I'll be like, okay, what gives? Like, I'm tired of losing. Something got to change. So that's when Zelina Vega comes in and just like turn everything upside down. And I think she has been like working for him. Like, they've been doing great together. Um, she's the X Factor for sure. After seeing Roddy versus Andrade and her doing that Hurricane Rana, first of all, that Hurricane Rana was beautiful. um, it was only time tell where I'm like, yeah, she's definitely helping this man, but for good reasons. So this match would be good. Good. I do see Drew keeping the championship. If not, then hey, we got a new champion. But it's cool. And I'm back. So, um, with the whole Drew versus Andrade build up, I thought it was a good build up. Only thing about it is, kind of wish that Almas spoke a little bit more. But the thing about it is, Almas, I don't think speaks a lot of English, so I think that's why they brought in Zelina Vega, to be his mouthpiece, which works because she's doing pretty good. So I think this is going to be a good match as well. Going to be hard hitting, intense, all that good stuff. Can't wait. And finally, the last match, which I think is probably going to be the main event. The Undisputed Era versus Sanity versus AOP with Roderick Strong. I feel like this could be match of the night. Could potentially be match of the night if only, things work out pretty good. Undisputed Era has been on such a rampage ever since Adam Cole came to the scene. Like when Kyle O'Reilly and uh, Bobby Fish both came. This is kind of funny. They both lost to Aleister Black on their debut. And then after that, we haven't seen them until Takeover Brooklyn 3, which was a great pay-per-view. Um, and that's when Adam Cole shows up. They've been killing it, like legitly killing everything. Um, I don't know, like I see good things for Undisputed Era. I see a future NXT champion in Adam Cole, and I see future tag team champions in Fish and O'Reilly. And to be honest with you, they all could potentially be, NXT champions or tag team champions. However you want to, slice and dice it. Like, they could do that. Sanity has become one of my favorite uh stables because they are so unpredictable. You never know what you're gonna get with any of them. You have Eric Young, the leader, the mastermind. You have Alexander Wolf, who I don't really know how to describe him besides kooky. And then you have Killian Dane, who is, the powerhouse of the group. And, just monstrous. Um, I want them to win, but I feel like they won't. Because there's just so many combustible elements in the ring. But I feel like they will do well. Then we got AOP and Roddy. Such a odd pairing. Very odd. Um, I don't know how to describe it. Like AOP, they've been super dominant. They were dominant until they lost the tag team championships to Sanity, which was a good match. But they were like super dominant throughout. Ever since they got the tag team championships, they were dominant. They almost lost them before Sanity beat them, but to pair them with Roddy, I think is pretty genius because Roddy is on a road of redemption. He lost his opportunity to be NXT champion, and then he lost to Andrade to, try to get that opportunity again. So it's only fair to put him with AOP because, they can get redemption. I've never seen WarGames, so I can only imagine how this match is going to be. From what I was told, it's 2 rings, 2 cages. I think steel cages, but I don't think there's going to be a roof. So I can only imagine. But other than that, I think this is going to be a great pay-per-view. NXT has never ceased to amaze me. So hopefully, they will keep it up. And yeah, don't forget to tune in tonight at 8 on the WWE Network. NXT Takeover WarGames. See y'all later.